Look at these fucking dorks making a podcast.
You're next, Gabe. Go for it.
Oh, I'm next. Okay,
You
so
said, "Am
here's
I
the-
next?" You're next.
Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna talk about the one I know the most about because every single person on the planet knows it.
Jesus.
That
Dying?
would be. I was gonna say Noah's Ark, but
I'm trying to think if there's a weird way to.
I specifically there's like 2 movies about it. One movie about it.
What?
There's way more than 2 movies
Let me
about
phrase
it.
Stop.
okay?
Stop. Pause. Period. Rewind. There's way more fucking movies about it. But fucking Bruce Almighty's a movie that exists.
I forgot about
That's
that.
not
That's-
about the
Yes,
flood.
it is.
That's a second flood. It's a separate thing. It happened 12 years ago.
Guess what?
2010.
Guess what? I didn't fucking know that.
It was a recreation of something that may or
But
may
he
not have
got
happened.
2 animals on it. The
Yeah.
Are you telling me 12 years ago a flood happened and someone put 2 of every goddamn animal?
Yeah, I
on
think
the
that
on
movie
it?
was based in Los Angeles.
You got like 2 minutes before I start hitting you guys with the hard questions. And,
Okay, fine. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yes,
fine.
hurry,
Fine.
hurry,
I got some tough ones, and I don't know
Okay.
that
Wait, are
it
these
will
Bible
either make the
questions?
podcast way more interesting, or we will end this podcast very quickly.
Bible questions?
No, they're not Bible questions.
Okay. That's even more exciting. I'll get through these 2 minutes. Check it. Okay, so there's a dude, right?
Mhm,
Right?
mhm.
There's a dude. You said you wanted me to explain this shittily. I could
Okay,
explain it better.
yep.
What
There's
even
a
is
dude.
going on?
Dude, all right, we eliminate half the Bible. All
Yep.
the women, we don't care about
I
that.
don't know if that's half. There's like 2 women.
That is less than half of
It's
the
like
Bible,
fuck-
my friend. Even I know that.
Wait, less or more?
Okay.
What does core even mean?
There is a dude, and there's another dude.
Okay, got 2 dudes.
They're farmers.
Cain and Abel.
They're farm.
Motherfuckers.
That was good. That was. Oh no! He's like, "There's 2 dudes."
Oh, I'm too good, dude. I'm too good. Mom, get the camera.
My-
I don't know why he says that.
Okay.
Oh,
There's
shit.
a
next.
there's a dude.
Okay.
But he's a baby.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
What?
What?
What'd you say?
Fine.
No.
Say Benjamin Button.
The guy from the
Yeah.
Bible hit book Benjamin 12:16. Hit passage. Okay. There's a dude, but he's a baby.
Okay.
All right. And in order to avoid an,
I already know it.
an epidemic, you could say, of people
What was this?
killing babies,
No, this isn't Moses. I don't think.
is that he was put into a container.
Okay, never mind. This is Moses. I thought, dude. I thought he was.
and then placed into a river.
I thought he was gonna go at least on the.
Supposed
thing.
to omit the details, bro. Omit the details.
What the
May-
fuck
okay,
do you
so
want me to
this is-
say?
It's
This
like,
is a
what is he
bad
supposed to
name.
say if he
This is a
omits
bad name.
details? What
This
the?
is my
What even
fault.
is this?
I'll take bonus for this. But
And okay, hold on, real quick.
okay.
What is the definition of infanticide?
I don't fucking.
Oh my
Is
god,
that
guys.
not killing babies?
No.
I don't think we're looking it up now.
Because like
Everyone should know this.
blank side is the killing of something,
You were
right?
about to use the example of genocide. You're like, I don't know.
No, I know what genocide means. I didn't want to talk about genocide.
Do you know what? Do you know what
What's that?
xenocide is?
Oh yeah, it is. It is. You're right. It is. It is
Infants-
the crime
infants-
of killing a child within.
What
a
is
year of
xenocide?
birth.
All right, well, I'm right. 0, 2.
I'm sorry. Con. Okay, we're about to make this. Either we're gonna get canceled.
Hey, it's your show, man.
Yo,
You're
it's like-
you're the one getting
Wait,
canceled.
It's like these 3 guys with like 12
This
views
is a three-way
Alright.
show.
or whatever, scared of getting
It's a new
canceled. Just
show,
say
dude.
whatever.
You're one of the
It
like
producers.
slows the conversation down.
True.
Stars.
I don't have any money, so good luck.
All right, I'm gonna say.
Look at that face. That's money.
I'm gonna say 5 words. And then I'm gonna. then someone else has to talk. Okay, I will.
Now
I will
this is
give
content.
My answer to the question that I'm going to ask, but I have to go second. All right,
All right, let's
ready?
example round.
Wait,
I have
wait,
no
wait,
idea
wait, wait.
what
I don't know
what's happening.
No. It's better if there's no example round. But Corey, do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first? Because I don't want to talk at the same time.
I'll go first before this alcohol
Alright.
starts hitting me.
Ooh,
Alright,
actually, that's probably a good
I'm just
idea.
kidding.
I'm
Before
just
you're.
kidding. I'm just kidding. It's cherry coke. There's nothing.
Why
No,
is
no, no,
Corey
it's fine for you
afraid?
to drink
Just
alcohol, but
whatever.
It's probably good that I'm asking this question now.
It's like
It should be
disrupt the
that,
conversation.
whatever It's going to be because.
Oh, it's gonna be. I'm in here.
All right, ready for the 5 words? All right, Corey.
Okay.
Andrew Tate.
Oh, God.
This is the first 2. Six words. Sorry, I can't count. Let's not get hit in the head. All right. So I have an excuse. What do you think?
Andrew Tate, what do you think?
Yep, that's it.
What you think?
What you think? There it is. Thank you, Gabe.
About Andrew Tate, I only know.
That's a
the
good-
shit
good
he
question.
Has said that shows up on social media. I have not done
Corey's answer is boring
not read
here.
a biography per se.
Nobody cares.
I guess my opinion would be I'm glad he is trapped in Romania or whatever.
He's not trapped in Romania. He like
Yeah.
chooses to live there
Yes.
Romania? It's a
Yep.
Romania, right?
so they can webcam get around legal
I saw
stuff.
that he lost his appeal to keep his assets the other day, so they took that shit, and I was
Taking
like,
all that shit.
cool.
Yep.
Anyone who follows him or believes what he says, there's a picture of Homer Simpson, and it does an X-ray.
This
and
is
it, like,
funny.
Shows his brain.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
People who agree with anything he says, almost. I mean, I'm sure there's something he says where go out and do things yourself, sure, but the route that
The
he
core of
advocates people to take, yeah, the hateful speech that he says, not about it. And people who subscribe to that kind of information also have a small brain like he does.
I think Gabe's dead. We lost him.
Oh, I'm
Great
very
point,
much-
Corey.
You said Andrew Tate, and I was like,
You don't know
My-
anything about him?
My answer is. He says
guys just
things
gotta,
on the
like,
internet
make up
that
stuff.
cause controversy,
Mm-hmm.
and he sounds like a moron.
Yep.
That's all I got. So he got arrested. Cool. And if it is,
Like
if it
boring
actually
answers.
is related to the reason that they said he was getting arrested for, then yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy. What the hell?
I agree with 99% of what both of you have said.
But he's got a cool haircut.
No,
Uh.
I don't even think my haircut's cool. I don't know. This is out
Hey.
This is
I
out of
think your
this is out of
haircut's cool.
pure. It's easy. It's great to fight in. Like when you're like pushing somebody up against the cage. It's nice to not have a bunch of hair caught up in shit. Just shave it all off. That's my thought process. But anyway, I think the dude. I look at him in the same way that I look at people who stormed the Capitol building.
Also, small brain.
It's
Nice.
It's like small brain, but I feel so bad. Like I have a little bit of like pity for those people because it's like I understand the path that you went through to get to that place. And I wish you didn't have to go. I wish you didn't go through the things. It is still 100% your fault for making the active decisions to do what you've done. Like in his case, if all that shit is true, this doesn't justify like sex trafficking. Like dog, like that's sorry. Like
It feels like Joe just wants to like talk about Andrew Tate and he wants to bounce it off of these two guys, and Corey and Gabe just don't know much about Andrew Tate, and they just know like, oh, he's not good to talk about or whatever. Like he's kind of like a misogynist, like asshole guy. So they just don't like want to engage too much. But like he almost wants to have like a nuanced discussion about it. But these guys like aren't the guys to have that conversation with. It's kind of funny. That's my read.
lock you up, throw away the key, kill you for all I care. I don't. But
Ooh, corporal punishment. Or not.
we can talk about that too.
What is it called?
Capital punishment. I think.
Capital punishment.
Is it?
Capital punishment's
Is
when
that
you
right?
kill someone.
I just think if you take anything to the extremes is bad. Like
Yes.
and he to me is like a reverberation. Is that a real word? Reverberation.
What?
Is that how it is?
Reverberation. Okay.
When you-
Reverberation is a word.
That's the word. He's like
I don't know what it means.
it's like the bounce back or whatever. Like the he's
Oh, okay.
basically the response you would get from the
Yeah.
last couple of years.
I agree with that.
I think there is genuinely I think there's genuine the best
It's like
part is
the
this does
Donald
show
Trump,
up on
Jordan
the screen, so
Peterson.
it's not like it's hidden. It's like
No,
right
no,
there.
no.
Andrew
It's
Tate.
right there. It's literally right there. But
Kind of like advice for young men
basically,
sort of avenue.
I think he's just an extreme reaction to how crazy extreme.
Yeah, everything's a reaction.
the other way.
All these figures.
And if people would just fucking find the little middle ground, it'd be nice. But it's impossible.
That's
People
true.
are fucking stupid.
Yeah, I'm a big advocate for there being a gray area. I guess it doesn't need to be, black and white.
Like, do I think you should be going around smacking women? No, bad idea. Don't do that.
Some of them like it though. Nowadays, you gotta be careful.
Well, it's
I was raised to like respect women, and now they want me to disrespect.
I don't. I love.
My mama taught me good morals.
I
Not a-
I think the smacking that you're talking about right now is totally different than what.
That's black and white.
Yes,
I'm
that
just
is. There's two different like realms of thought, I guess, with that.
Find a safe word, everybody.
Let's hear. That's a better conversation. Let's tell everyone our safe words.
He said that's a better.
I don't like that
conversation.
diversion.
He hated whatever you were talking about.
I understand.
No,
I
they should
told
have stuck
you-
with the
I told
topic.
you it wasn't gonna. It was either gonna be
That was a banger line, Corey, though.
good or really bad. So
Like I
It's
said,
okay.
no.
You can
I
talk
don't
about what
hate
you
this
want, and then you can move on to the next topic you had, because you said you had like 3 or 4 lines.
And it gets
Yeah, you said
derailed.
2
It just like
minutes.
goes off.
Oh no, this is the first
This is-
one.
yeah.
Never mind.
I
This
didn't.
is-
Yeah. I like the capital punishment thing. Though.
Oh, true. Add that to the notes.
Do you?
Capital.
I think we talked about this in a car ride a little bit ago.
I think we did as well.
Do you think? I think I don't know how to phrase that. You phrase it, Corey. I don't know how to phrase the question.
Wait, Gabe said he wanted to
One-
talk about something else.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He said he had a better idea.
About
Gabe.
what? No, I didn't. My joke. I didn't say that. I said. Well, I
It
did.
was a joke.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
It's called humor.
Capital punishment? I don't know how to phrase the question. Like, are you an advocate or, I guess, is it a
These
moral
guys are so dumb.
question? Probably. An
So I can
ethics
say death
question?
penalty. What do we think about it?
Ethically, do you think capital punishment should exist?
I think it solely exists on the extent of the crime.
You gotta run this like
Agreed.
Should
PTI
exist on the extent of the crime.
on ESPN.
It should
Pardon
be-
the
Who gets to
interruption.
Decide
It's like a sports show.
who should decide
You've got topics. Boom, boom,
at
boom.
what point.
I mean, that's kind of what our no, they couldn't do that for every single crime. Like I was gonna say that's kind of what our court system is for, like our Supreme Court system is for, but they wouldn't be able to do that for every single case. So, I guess
I think it's an interesting concept though to put that, like if someone's about to be, someone's on death row, they got a month before they're supposed to go, they're the first on the docket. It goes onto this app that everyone gets all the information. They have to verify that they've read everything, be fully informed on all the evidence,
okay.
and
What the fuck is he even talking
a
about?
large majority of informed people have to make the decision. And it's not just like 5 people in a room. It's 100,000 people who are. It's tough because right now, capital punishment is a state-based issue. It's not necessarily a national one,
Oh, but
a
do you-
federal one.
I see.
And
Yeah.
so like it's legal and it's used in Texas and Louisiana and Alabama and
Yeah, those.
a couple
states.
others. Yeah, well, that goes to show, right? It's like that type of those
Wow,
people
well.
who have gathered together in those areas predominantly have those views of that type of thing. What about a worldwide? Like, obviously, I think the Middle East is a strong advocate for it. It happens all the time, especially like,
What is he even saying?
extremists who use it to like
He's just
scare populations by
this is
doing
like
it in front
you
of
can
camera
see
and
Corey just stretching for the
exhibitioning it
limits of
to
his
everyone to
knowledge
see,
on the
to
death
invoke
penalty.
fear. And I think it's also used, in like India for extreme crimes, and they still cut fingers off and hands off for thieves. Like, that was an old form of punishment.
This
If you
is
were a
like
thief,
Corey
you got your hand cut off.
Chat
That prevented you
GPT.
from stealing anymore. Now,
Corey, what do you think about the death
is
penalty?
it a
He just like
worldwide issue? I
lists
think it should
the
be,
four
because I
things
don't
he
think-
knows.
Personally, I don't think anyone has the right to decide.
I don't know anything
whether
about the death
someone
penalty
should die.
either.
But I do
I'm glad it
agree with
wasn't
you
me.
that there are, for me, and I think it's very subjective as far as like who should get, on what scale for you personally do you think that 10 of a crime that you committed is punishable like that? And there's way too many like subjective views, I think.
I think it is like.
What
it's
even
not
was he
something
saying?
that's very simply like, if someone does this, kill it. It's more of like, to me, if you've done what we consider like super heinous crimes, especially if you're a repeat offender of such crimes, I think at a certain
See,
point,
Joe
it's
is
like,
talking about
this person. Let's take
when should we use the death
manslaughter.
penalty?
Like, you killed a person, all right?
You killed a person inadvertently or premeditated.
Well, murder is premeditated, and manslaughter is not premeditated.
Okay, they're talking about legal definitions.
Manslaughter is you caused murder, but that was not your intention, or you caused a death. but
Okay,
not
so it's
your
accidental.
intention.
Okay.
Yeah,
Which is
manslaughter
also
is
different from being
accidental.
an accessory.
So then what's
Correct.
I don't even know if that's
what's-
right.
Is it just the degrees that determine whether or not something is?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Where the
I mean, it has to
premeditated not-
compound, right? You have to like
Yeah.
kill, premeditate, and other things in order to reach a threshold where it's not just life; it's like life plus death sentence.
I guess-
to get the option of having that
I guess
possibly be your.
for me,
Yeah.
it's more of
Yeah.
like, if someone has killed another person, and it's
Life
premeditated.
or-
Say what? Oh, and it's
You go
premeditated.
first.
What?
My question becomes: Is that enough to kill that person morally, or do they need to kill two people? And then, like, if they were a repeat offender, then you're like, okay, all right, this motherfucker is like, we have a pattern now. Like, we're down two people.
So,
This
so
one-
serial
yeah.
killer specifically,
Maybe
because
maybe
two
that, yeah.
plus, I believe, gives you the title of serial killer.
I thought it was more than that.
I
I'm gonna close
rem-
this tab of Bible things and look up
I
serial.
remember.
That's
I remember
funny.
not thinking. I remember thinking this is kind of funny. I remember thinking it was like equivalent to a combo in a video game, because you know how combos always
Yeah.
start at 3.
Yeah,
That's funny.
I remember thinking it always started at 3 for that reason.
Three
They're
or
like-
more.
It is 3 or more.
This is
Okay.
so morbid, but
Yeah.
I can see
It's a
a
combo.
dude with the little combo meter on the top of his head, just like, I don't know. I shouldn't say that, but
Oh,
it's
no.
funny.
Dude, the
I don't know.
Zodiac Killer had a combo streak up here, just like ding ding ding
The
ding.
CCC. Khan has a good question. What if that person kills your mom? Do you want him to kill another person?
Yeah,
But then-
exactly, right? It's too
but-
subjective.
Well, then people
What?
just argue life in prison because
What are they even arguing?
Prison, unless
I don't think it should be life. Either.
Who's deciding what? What are they?
for premeditated murder.
Correct?
What do you
What-
think it should be?
It's like a
Like, if it's
question without any
premeditated murder,
like,
context.
for
like
example-
rehabilitation.
For example, Khan put the question: someone killed your mother, and then you go kill your killer.
Okay.
Should you spend life in prison?
No.
Was this the Wild West?
But like yours is clearly a reaction.
But the person who killed your mom was intending to kill someone else, and she died inadvertently, or what's the term?
Manslaughter.
But wait, then
No.
that's not premeditated though.
I see. Yeah, I guess it's important. Like
No.
that's why the law gets so like
Like
finicky,
if someone,
right?
I
It's
feel like
because
if
there's so
someone
many
if
different
someone
cases.
premeditatedly kills anyone, like you can add the clause of relative, mother, whatever. I think it's justifiable for that person to kill that other person, and nothing happens to them. that might be a wild thing to say, but to me personally, I don't see the wrong.
Just like a libertarian, man.
Well, I mean, it's the same. Like, it's this.
I actually think prison systems are a band-aid to the underlying issue, which is it starts with education, teaching people ethics to be murder is not the answer, or most other crimes. That's you should just not do that. And then having kind of some sort of system, like ideally you want some sort of system that educates people to not do things, creates a world where you don't necessarily have to do the crimes per se. Obviously murder is an extreme crime. We're talking about killing you because you did it. Stealing something like $1 billion
What?
arguably could be said that should also deserve a killing because you've ruined, you know, a certain amount of economical lives of other people, blah blah blah. But
No one's
starting
arguing
with
that.
you know, I think like a band-aid is what we're talking about eventually, because you go to some other countries and they, you know, they don't kill anyone, and even if you murdered someone, you're in a prison and you live a fully functioning life.
But
I think it's like Sweden or something.
So I learned something about Sweden the other day that kind of
It like is
Didn't
almost
change my
enough to
perspective on it,
think
but
that could be
some
right,
stuff.
but I don't have enough details.
So like part of the reason why they don't have to worry about stuff like this, or is not something like in the
No,
forefront
it
of
makes me
people's
actually.
brains
I'm gonna go get a Coke Zero.
is because they have a lot of they're a much smaller population, and B, they have a lot of things in place to not put people in a position where they feel like they have to make that decision. It's like, okay, whatever, like if I lost my job or whatever, there are government things put in place to handle like homelessness or hunger and things of that nature, so that people aren't put in a position where like, I need to kill this person so I can steal this from them. Like, however, part of the reason that like a lot of times the cause of stuff like that from us isn't necessarily because we don't have things put in place for them. It's just generally like what do you want to say, poor mental health, or
Easy access to guns and knives.
easy access to lethal weapons. There was
Or just like commenting on
there's another
like,
word I'm looking for
why America's weird.
bad mental health, and I can't remember what the word is.
it's like
But I
just
also
because the
learned
history of
that
America,
in
just like a
places
free
Sweden,
country, you can have weapons.
They just don't. They don't allow Down syndrome births. That's like a thing.
It's like an interesting conversation.
So like on one hand, it's like, okay, cool. Like you have a nice society, things are great, but you're also kind of not having. You're not allowing people with mental deficiencies to be born too, which
Yeah.
cause.
They just detect it early on in pregnancy and abort like 99.9% of the time in Europe.
I don't see a problem.
Yeah.
You don't see a problem with that?
I knew Corey would say that.
I know. This is the last
agree with that
episode I've
too.
ever on this
Yeah.
podcast. but I
No,
think that's okay.
it's- I
If
think it's
you
like a
have the-
normal
if we
opinion.
have the technology as humans to enable us to like.
I'm just
create
laughing
a-
at Gabe raising his hand. That's what.
Gabe's like raising his
I mean,
hands.
I would say we have the technology to like make humans better and, you know, do things that will improve our lives and take away the burden of natural selection doing its thing for the, you know, however many millions of years it's been doing its thing, and we can like design it a little bit better. I don't see a problem.
I have a question for that, but I want to hear what Gabe says.
Yeah, Gabe, go ahead.
I have two things.
Okay.
First thing, I just want to let you know, in case you didn't know, that you are currently in the Marvel Snap category.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, that's fine. I really hope that some snappers pop in here and they're like,
That's
"Oh,
the goal.
what's
That's
the
funny.
new deck?" And we're like, "Oh,
That's
it's
the goal.
Bible."
It's
The
Bible,
Bible deck.
Bible, and capital punishment.
Bible Capital Punishment deck. I'm gonna name whatever deck I'm playing.
Oh
right now.
my God.
Oh, I'm playing a Destroy deck right now. Capital Punishment. Boom. Okay, real question.
Okay. Okay.
Fucking forgot, dude.
He forgot. What were you gonna ask, Joe?
Oh, I thought you were about to ask.
So he was like raising his hand for nothing.
So I
Like interrupting.
was.
Okay. All right. That's what I was waiting on. I thought something else was coming.
It's like dead air.
It's coming. Okay, all right,
Way.
that's fine.
I love it.
Now I'm trying to remember what Corey said.
I think it's okay that Sweden does what it does.
Okay.
With
Oh, I remembered, but you go.
No, you go.
Earth?
I remember
Okay.
mine too. You're good.
Okay.
Go for it.
Corey, have either of you seen the movie Gattaca?
yes.
Jude Law and
Yeah.
yeah. That society is what you're describing, right?
Oh, I
Because-
understand.
Yeah, like where if we can if we have the technology and whatever to make perfect births or like better people. Hold on,
okay,
hold
yes,
on.
I guess I did say that. Yeah.
Okay.
You did say that, and that's why I'm trying to like nip that. I'm curious. The people in this situation.
It's like using
Sweden
a movie
with-
to make an
what is it
argument of an
specifically
argument.
Down syndrome.
That was the
Right.
the conversation and thing.
I don't know.
listened
I'm
to.
not
Whatever.
following.
To be fair, I'm gonna put this caveat out there. That the conversation I heard this from was from a podcast. They could be bullshit. Like that
Bullshit.
could
Oh,
be
so there's
totally
the
wrong.
source is
I
bad.
don't have
Okay.
the source is not good. So, but if I'm
No,
assuming
that's like-
that is true,
It is true.
then
You can like look it up.
I have my question for Corey.
Okay, assuming something
Yeah,
is true.
let me rephrase. I think it's good that we can prevent things like that, not necessarily go in the direction of like let's engineer humans. I meant it's good that we can prevent a person from being, you know, at a certain point you're not even a functioning human. Like it's
Yeah.
you don't have a true experience of life usually. I mean, obviously there's a spectrum. There's a spectrum of how much of Down syndrome you have, and
I don't know, I just agree with Corey.
the ones that can't function and do anything for themselves, you don't get to experience life.
I guess my biggest question is there
I don't think Joe agrees with abortion.
what is the line at which you would not do that? That's the tough thing.
He's trying to find a
Okay,
line.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
I-
argument's
it's
not
like-
a line,
medical
though.
information.
Yeah,
Corey's
like,
just
it's
saying
like-
if you're a
I-
parent
I-
and you have a kid with
'cause
Down syndrome, you abort,
on one hand,
and that's
I agree
okay.
with that. It's like
All the
yeah,
time.
I,
There's no line.
because that's one of those.
It's a
decisions
decision.
that I guess parents do get to make. Like if they know in advance that their child is.
So yeah, Corey agrees with that.
Live like a very
Full and fulfilling.
like fulfilling life, then that's something that the parents, that's a decision that they get to make.
Yeah, so Joe doesn't know his question
I
right
guess
now.
some people would just say, "Oh, we'll leave that to the parents," but the problem is that decision that the parents make affects everyone, not just the parents. So, if we're gonna expand,
No,
that
you
decision
abort
to
Down
other
syndrome
people,
kid
whether it's
because it
government
affects
or
parents
whatever
and
community, society,
the future
state,
child.
whatever you want to say, what would be the line where it's like, okay, this is fine. Like, okay, so this person's gonna be born. They will have all of the other functionality of their body, but like their fucking big toe is not there. It's like, all right, they're gonna be fine. We can let that person. go.
No one's
Versus,
arguing
like
that specificity of that
okay,
line.
your
So
kid's gonna be born, but
Joe's like trying to find
they're being born with
an
like,
answer that no one's
arms
making.
or something. Like, you know, like I
I'd
don't
say
know.
the
where
line would be like it's up to the parents 100%, and
But-
no one else gets to decide
but
except
then-
the parents.
But then Sweden, that thing in Sweden wouldn't be the case because that's more on the doctor than it is on the.
What?
Well, that's what I mean. The doctor is in place. He has signed, or whatever. He has taken the oath, and he is.
They're, like,
abiding
arguing about
by
something
Sweden's
they're not
laws,
even sure
and
of
if
yet
The parents come
right
in and
now.
they're like, "We got the test. We have the embryo. DNA results, and this is what we're predicting." And at that point, it's the parents' 100% choice. The doctor either has to do it or not do it. And if
They're like
they
trying to
don't,
think through the scenario,
the
but
doctor
like
doesn't
Corey
wanna
doesn't
do
know
it.
enough about it, so
That's
you're like stumbling through it.
Obviously you can't just like blanket change like, oh, all the doctors in the US now you have to abide by this, because that
Yeah.
obviously happened with Roe v. Wade. There
Yeah,
are
yeah.
places that you can and the places that will just pure deny you.
Yeah.
But I think it still should be like, there shouldn't be like Gabe's example of Gattaca where they take it to the extreme and it is this whole Superman style thing where we take embryos and we mash these up and we have kids once every 100 years type of shit. I still think it should be the parents' choice, and educating the parents to understand the choices of their,
Gotcha.
Yeah,
The choices
yeah.
that like,
Right.
hey, this is a really important choice.
Yeah.
Here.
I mean, it should be It should be taught to kids, or it should be taught to parents, to anyone who wants to have a kid.
What?
Everything is going to be, it just so happens that we live in a society where,
That's like a dumb take.
unfortunately, young people can just get together and have kids, and they have no education. They have no understanding of what happens. And then
It's always
we
been that way.
have adoptions, and we have people just giving things up. We have abortions that are being searched out unsafely or safely. Like, there's so much that can be started on the ground level of parenthood that you get to these like extraneous things, and it's like, yeah, that's how we like deal with it now. But I still think most of our energy should be spent educating and enabling people to make the to make their own decisions without having a government or other body step in and make it for them.
Okay, I'm gonna drag you down into worse conversation.
Oh yeah.
Because you said something
Okay,
that
Gabe's that worse?
Yeah.
You said worse.
Gabe's like, fuck, dude. So
Hey, you're the one that put your name.
unless you have something else you want to say, Gabe, I don't know.
I don't know why they're worried at all.
The glasses
It's like
came off.
talk openly.
All right.
Whoa. I'm putting myself out here.
Yeah.
Speak up, sir.
What do you want me to say? What am I answering now?
No, you're not answering. What's your take?
Yeah. What's your take?
Do you agree or
He just doesn't have a strong opinion on it.
my extreme platform? I mean, obviously, this is not just something that is floating around everyone's head all the time.
This is
Neither
true.
is it on mine, but
That's
I
kind of the
think
point.
that I think there's too many. It's like this argument, no matter which way you lean, no matter like, I'm not saying.
So are they, like, talking about
which side
abortion
you
now?
lean, because it's like a fucking circle,
Yeah.
right? It's like a Venn diagram. You pick and choose,
Yeah.
and some correlate.
There's a lot of circles.
No matter which side you move to on this topic, it's like the only way you can accurately get to that point in a society is almost some form of, like, for lack of a better word, utopia, right? Because utopia doesn't have to mean like a perfect, because like I correlate everything to media of some sort, right?
Yeah.
So take any form of utopia in movies or comics or anything. How often is the plot in those the fact that the utopia isn't actually a utopia, and there's always like a shadow government.
Like, but what
or
point
underbelly,
is
and
even
it's
being
not
made right now?
actually,
I don't know.
It's just perceived
Somebody's
that way.
always trying
You
to
can
take
you can
advantage.
argue the same thing for current day like government societies now, where everything's fine and dandy and whatever, but in reality there's all this fucked up shit that 90% of the population. That's
true.
a random number. I don't actually know, obviously. But that side of the population doesn't know about it all. We just sit inside and play video games all day. We don't think about this shit unless I'm just saying, we don't think about any of this.
It's not something
unless we're
but-
having conversations like this.
But that's to me personally, that's what makes these conversations. Like, I love talking about shit like this because
I love it. Yeah.
they're very heavy conversations that people don't normally get to have, and so from my perspective to the viewers, being able to see this conversation kind of played out, I think is entertaining. It would be entertaining to me. So I don't know.
that's fair. Joe, can you put that knife away before you?
Dude, he knows
That's
that. That was
stupid.
butterfly knife.
That was not. That was flailing. Why would you? You shouldn't be intimidated.
That's what
by
it's
that.
called when you play with a
I'm
knife.
pretty
Flaily.
sure. Have you ever played with a butterfly knife?
All right.
I think
I'm
that's
done
pretty
watching this for now,
sure
but I
it's
just want to react to
flailing
that.
Around, but looks cool.
All right. Bye.